All right, breaking news. I told you at the end of the other video I did there was still a chance this fight can get made, and that Oscar was going to send a Hail Mary prayer to Gennady Golovkin to see if he takes the fight. And they have Oscar De La Hoya confirms that Canelo on Triple G2 is on again for September 15th. I believe it's going to be in the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. Back, talk some boxing talk. I'm going to keep it real short. If you see my last video, I elaborated a little bit more. So no need to pretty much rebuttal what I said. And Triple G played hardball. He was over in Moscow, Russia. And he must have got a better deal than the 42.5% they offered him. I think they eventually offered him the 45%. And Tom Loeffler, came back and said, okay, we won't take 50, but we'll take 45%. And I think Triple G got a 10% jump possibly. I'm not sure on those numbers, but he was getting 35% split in this rematch. And I think he might end up got the full 45%. So he played his hand right. And at the end of the day, Triple G knew that Canelo didn't want to fight Danny Jacobs and wasn't going to pay Danny Jacobs enough. And ultimately, his backup plan was going to fight Gary Spike O'Sullivan. And ultimately, Canelo also knew that, Triple G losing the IBF, he probably wasn't scared to lose the WBC, and he had more to lose than Triple G. He needed this rematch more than Triple G do because he was the one cheating with a clenbuterol. He the one that missed all this year being suspended with a knee injury. He needs to check. But at the end of the day, they didn't cook this. They cooked this steak well past his well done. This is a fight that I obviously won't be watching. I just don't like the way Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy move. This seemed like some WWE type of stuff right here. That that negotiating through the internet and social media, man, that shit is garbage, man. That shit is garbage. And at the end of the day, with the racist Golden Boy emails they put out there, I've been done with Golden Boy. I don't want to go to none of their events. I don't watch none of their fights other than unless it's on Joseph Diaz versus Gary Russell. It's on PBC. I don't check in on that ESPN, stuff they got going on. And obviously, Gennady Golovkin, if Canelo wanted to play his hand tougher, Gennady Golovkin wasn't gonna face Jamal Charlo, man. He wasn't gonna do that shit. He didn't have to give Golovkin past the 42.5%. But he did, and he wanted to make the fight happen, and Golovkin played tough, and he beat Golden Boy at negotiating this time. And first time Golden Boy beat him, he had a deal in place to become undisputed versus Billy Joe Saunders in Kazakhstan. And Oscar told him, if you take that fight, you're not going to get the Canelo fight in September. He threw that fight away, and now he ain't going to be undisputed. He ain't going to be undisputed. So, I know he wished he would have played hardball until the Billy Joe Saunders fight became undisputed, and he still would have got the Canelo fight in September. He called Golden Boy's bluff a little bit too late in the game. He should have called that bluff last June. But at the end of the day, this fight, I don't give a shit about it, man. Oscar's on the internet saying it's the best fight in boxing. No, it's not. In my opinion, there's three better fights in my opinion. It's Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, Wilder Joshua, and Mikey and Loma. Those are the fights I want to see. Shit, I'd rather see Gilberto Ramirez David Benavidez fight. And this fight didn't even live up to expectations. It wasn't no knockdowns, wasn't no drops, wasn't no knockout. It didn't. It was a very good fight. It was far from a great fight. It wasn't a classic fight. And it wasn't even better than Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko. That was an exciting fight. But they came to a deal. I mean, if you're interested in it, a lot of brothers not interested in it. They just did too much. They did the absolute most. It's one thing promoting and using controversy to market the fight and sell the fight, but they overcooked it, dog. They overcooked it, man. They overdid it with this build up to this fight. They overdid it. A lot of people already don't like Canelo because they feel that he cheated with the clenbuterol. And then people started to have sympathy and sorrow for Triple G in this situation. He messes it up in the same sentence he says, Nevada State Athletic Commission should suspend and come down hard on Canelo. He turns around and says, I'll still fight him with the clenbuterol in the system. Then he turns around, ducks Derevchenko, and fights Vanes Monterrosian May 5th. I was just turned off, man. Just my personal opinion. That's my biased opinion right there. And I'm rarely trying to be openly biased. But that's my biased viewership opinion. People say, well, you still watch it? I didn't watch Vanes versus Triple G. I have willpower. I live in a major city where I can do 1,000 other things right now. But let me know how y'all feel, TBC and more. One time for the one time. Y'all know what it is. We gone.